You are now listening to The Art of Reinvention by TeflonJohn, where my goal is to inspire you mentally, physically, financially, and spiritually. And I just want to help you grow the garden of your mind. I just want to change the world one person at a time by giving them motivational advice, inspirational advice. And right now, I'm glad that you're tuning in to the podcast show. So we want you to sit back, open up your mind, and just absorb all the content. Please share this content across all of your social media platforms as it will help this show grow. Sit back and enjoy. One love. Be blessed. One of the issues we went over was nutrition. And within the nutrition part, we actually went over this thing called energy balance. And so that's really what today is about. So is really understanding energy balance, negative energy balance the right way. The reason I chose negative energy balance because a lot of people, it's more people that want to lose weight than gain. And when you're talking about gaining size and muscle, that's something I can do, a separate class for those, because there's going to be a very few people that want to do that. Even most men want to trim down. So when you're dealing with negative energy balance, you're dealing with entering what they call negative energy balance. And that happens when the energy that's flowing out the body is more than the energy coming in. And when we're talking about energy, we're really talking about food. So the amount of food you're putting in your body, meaning calories. And the way I told them to look at calories last week is just the amount of energy in food. So if you're about to eat something, just say, do I need this amount of calories to do this activity? So what happens is when people gain weight, they're taking in a lot of energy, a lot of calories, but their activity level is down, so they're not using that energy and getting a lot of energy output. So normally, when you're in a negative energy balance, it shows because you're actually going to lose weight. And so then we have energy statuses, and there's three of them. So weight gain happens when the energy intake is greater than the energy output. So like I said, you're taking in more calories, we're normally with a low activity level, right? So weight loss happens when your energy intake is less than your energy output. So that means you're putting out more energy than you're taking in the body. So that keeps you in the negative, and that's where you really want to be. Now, people that maintain their weight is what they call an equal energy balance. So you're taking in about the same as you're putting out. You ever see those people, like, they just maintain the same size, like almost like for the majority of their life? Yeah. And that's what happens. They eat about the same. Now, Ruby, the reason this is important, this is called your basal metabolic rate, and it's just the amount of energy that your body uses at rest. So imagine if you lay down for 24 hours without sleeping. This is the amount of energy your body would use to maintain homeostasis, so to let your organs function, to keep your body at temperature, things like that. Now, the reason this is important because your BMR, basal metabolic rate, tells you the amount of calories you're going to burn in a day. Now, that number is very important to try to get you in a program or get you eating a certain amount of calories to lose weight or gain weight. And what I have here is called a BMI calculator. I took a picture of one off of bodybuilding.com. So you can actually Google BMR calculator. And most of them are done by, your age, your gender, your height, and your weight. And the reason they do gender because the calculations are a little different for male and female. So when it comes to using this for an example, so if your BMR is 2,000 calories, meaning every day you're going to burn 2,000 calories. So if your goal is to lose weight, the goal is to get you into a negative energy balance, right? So you want to try to cut your calories in 250 calorie increments. So this would bring you down from 2,000 calories down to 1,750. So eating 1,750 calories a day will keep you in a negative energy balance and will start the weight loss process. Now, the reason why you don't want to go up another 250 till you hit a plateau is because your body is smart and it will adjust to what you're doing. And you don't want to start dramatic. Some people are starting cut 1,000. So where are you going to cut from 1,000 when you hit a plateau? So you just want to start getting your BMR, go online and get that. You can use an app called MyFitnessPal, and you can just start keeping up with your calories there. They have Fitbits that actually have an app there where you can keep up with your calories. But you always start by cutting at 250 calories. And then, like I said, you may reach a point within a month or two. The weight loss process is starting to actually drop. So then at that point, you add another 250 calories and just follow that formula. And like I said, it's the same process when gaining weight. You started your BMR. For guys that want to gain muscle, you go up 250 calories for a while. Once the process stops, you go up another 250. It gives your body time to get used to it also. Now, the common denominator is, no matter what weight loss plan it is, and I'm pretty sure you hear a lot of fad diets, the Atkins diet, the Ornish diet, high volume exercises, endurance programs. You hear a lot of about Herbalife products, supplement products. No matter what the case is, the common denominator is getting you in a negative energy balance. And that's basically what it is. And the reason I like to do these because a lot of times you'll see people that spend a lot of money doing this crazy stuff and buying these supplements. And really, if they just educated themselves, they can kind of do it for free and just put all their money into their diet and nutrition program. So this is calorie control, which you can see he's had it. You know what I'm saying? He at the table and ate half of the turkey. And so calorie control is really the way, it's like a creative way to kind of help you cut calories. Because a lot of times you're looking at food like, I don't know what I'm going to cut. Because if I cut this, I work first shift, I'm tired, I'm trying to get a lot of things done, but I need my energy. So ways to cut your calories, right? Mm-hmm. Follow any nutrition plan. Now, when we say nutrition plan, not dieting plan, because see, the word diet has been kind of misused. Because a diet, you can be on a sugar diet, eat sugar all day. You can be on a pizza diet, eat pizza all day. But when it's a nutrition plan, you're dealing with nutrient-dense food. So being on any nutrition plan is normally going to cut out a lot of your high saturated fats. It's going to cut out a lot of your processed sugar. So that's going to cut calories automatic. Increase exercise volume. So that could just be walking here at work. That could be actually going to the gym, taking a walk, riding a bike. And then that goes back to the energy balance. Increasing your exercise volume increases the amount of energy that you're putting out the body. And you always want to keep that higher than energy taken in to be a negative energy balance. And then restricting any macronutrient is another one. And when we talk about macronutrient, we talk about proteins, fats, and carbs. So if you look at this Doritos label, right? Mm-hmm. Now there are 4 calories in every 1 gram of protein, 4 calories in every 1 gram of carbs, 9 calories in every 1 gram of fat. So if you see here, there are 8 grams of fat in this 1 bag of chips, right? That's 72 calories just from the fat alone. Now, if you notice here in the protein, it's only 2 grams of protein. That's 8 calories from protein. On your carbs, it's 17 grams of carbs, so that'd be 68 calories coming from the carbs. Now, what happens is when you look at most food, so imagine if you're eating a burger or something that has 50 grams of fat. 50 grams of fat will put you at 200 calories alone. So cutting back something like fat, because that's the highest calorie, caloric macronutrient. If you just cut back the fat, not cut out the fat, because you still need some type of fat for your brain and for your body to actually process fat and lose fat.
Right, but say I want a burger, but I substituted the fries for broccoli.
Yeah, see, and that's just cutting out fat. So really, instead of the burger, you're cutting out the meal. So you're looking at, okay, should I do 97.3 for your ground beef? That's cutting out fat. Was it 90-10? You can get like low fat beef. You can use like low calorie mayonnaise and toppings. Like I said, you can substitute vegetables for your fries. So that's a great way how to cut fat also. And like I said, you'll lose a lot of calories because it's 9 calories for every 1 gram of fat. See, protein and carbs is not really that bad. Most of your foods, your breads and sugars, are going to be high in carbs, but your body processes carbs as energy. So you can actually use those. Now we're just going to talk about negative energy balance the right way. And so this is just ways to establish a negative energy balance, because some people are like, when it comes to losing weight, no one really breaks down the education behind it. And so I think this empowers you. So now you can think, oh, okay, I like this route. Oh, I can do that route. Because, people have different ailments. People have different schedules. And your schedule really plays more a part in the way you eat than actually having an ailment, believe it or not. Because if you're on third shift, for example, you're going to eat your heaviest meal probably right before bed. So you eat it like on your lunch break about 4 or 5 in the morning. And you'll sleep the majority of the day putting on a lot of weight, And so one way is just skip meals, one way is to actually skip meals. So you could actually say, okay, if I'm eating three 600-calorie meals a day, that's 1,800 calories. If I skip a whole meal, that's giving 600 calories to get to the negative energy balance. So if you're a person that's really not a breakfast person, you can actually skip that meal for breakfast and just have like some coffee or something for caffeine.
Does it make you hungrier?
It would at time once your body adjusts. Like I'm doing it now, and I'm actually intermittent fasting, where I'll start eating at like 1 p.m. and I won't eat again. Well, I won't finish eating till 9. So between 1 and 9 is where I get all my calories. Now, skipping meals, you will be a little hungrier, but that's a sign of your metabolism going up. It gives your body's digestive system actually time to work. Because sometimes when you're eating breakfast, lunch, dinner throughout, your body's still trying to process yesterday's food while you're continuing to put food in your mouth. So this also gives your body time to detox as well. Now, eating smaller meals is something too, because you can eat more frequently if you eat smaller meals. So you can have breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack. And what happens is by you eating more frequently, your metabolism will boost naturally. So it's kind of like if you're running one of these production lines out here and the line goes down, what's the first thing they do with the people? Like if there's no work. Yep, send them cafeteria, send them home. And so what happens with your metabolism is the same way. If you're not eating, your metabolism doesn't work. So you eventually sabotage and slow it down. And so what intermittent fasting is, you'll still get your meals and calories for the day. You're getting them in a strict window. So that way the time that you're fasting, your body can process food, break down, detox, get rid of waste, utilize some of your macronutrients. Another way to get in the negative energy balance, like we talked about, was just exercise more. And exercise doesn't have to be overcomplicated. It doesn't have to be a gym membership. It doesn't have to be a treadmill. It could just be walking. It could be brisk walking. It could be like fun exercises with your coworkers, your family, playing volleyball, basketball, just doing something active for that day, a hike, anything. So anything that really is fun to you. And that's what I normally tell people. If you're going to get like leisure cardio, find something fun, because you're not going to think about it. Right. So if you love to shoot basketball or go for walks, because you're not going to be like, oh man, I gotta do cardio for now. You're just like, hey, I just love walking. I just love riding bikes, trails, And then one good way, and this is like really good too, if you increase your exercise to 5 to 7 hours per week. So it's almost like an hour per day, you know what I mean? Or 45 minutes per day, 6 days, 7 days. And really that's just doing something active. I think the word exercise sometimes throws people off. So I like to just say get active for 5 to 7 hours per week. Like I said, and then like I said, the negative energy balance is one thing too that will actually help you, because over time it helps you manage your weight. And once you know how to get there to the negative energy balance, you kind of know what you need to do. So let's say like if you're doing your thing, you're really eating healthy, then all of a sudden there's a crash in your plans where, hey, I'm going on a cruise. And I want to enjoy myself for 3-4 days. I don't want to worry about. So you can do that. You can eat all the calories you want. And then when you come home, now you know how to manipulate it and get back on the negative energy balance. A lot of times when I eat healthy and like I'm going to have a cheat meal or something, I may fast for breakfast, skip breakfast, go off for lunch. That way the calories I would have for breakfast and lunch will total what I'm going to probably eat for lunch. Kind of have a little cheat meal. So that's pretty much the whole presentation on the negative energy balance. So, you got any questions, we can go over. We would like to thank you for listening to this episode of The Art of Reinvention by TeflonJohn. And we encourage you to share this episode across all your social media platforms. And we also encourage you to visit our website at www.imteflonjohn.com and follow us on all our social media platforms at facebook.com/realteflonjohn, twitter.com/realteflonjohn, and instagram.com/realteflonjohn. And while you're on Facebook, go ahead and like our page so you can receive first-hand notifications every time we go live with the motivational video or any motivational content. And as I always say, one love, be blessed.